Hi, I'm going to talk about the real cost of college. Now, I recently went back to school and got my graduate degree, social work. I had my undergraduate in aviation airport management and had my private pilot license. Now, the real cost of college, though, goes beyond that. Um, so I'm going to make a push and promote not just degrees, but also skills. We've went away from blue collar work. And if you want to make a good career, consider skills like electrician, plumber, even elevator mechanics. In many cities, you can make over $100,000 being an elevator mechanic with some basic skills. So consider these past untraditional career paths. That's the best advice I could give. I've counseled students and have worked with young students a lot. And I don't want them to make the same mistakes I've made. Not that they were horrible mistakes. My degree will never be considered a mistake, but there's maybe better options. If I had to do it over again, I would probably become an electrician, elevator mechanic, or plumber. So, as many more get degrees, I want to caution you about a few things. The real cost of your college degree. Now, paid out of pocket, saving, working for minimum wage, which at the time was $5 an hour. To get my pilot license, had a little help from my family, going to a community college so I could live at home, saving room and board. I eventually had to go for my bachelor's after getting my associates away because of aviation programs limited offerings. So I had to leave the region but stayed in state, saving going to a state school, which saved me money because I'm in the same state. So I always suggest community colleges or stay in your state because those schools are usually a lot cheaper. Stay home the first couple of years if you can. Save money on room and board and other costs. Now, my graduate degree, I'm going to talk about the real cost. For example, part of the cost not configured is we are childless and we are paying for universal K through 12 high schools when we are childless by choice due to human overpopulation. But we are forced to pay for high schools for people who have many kids, which is unfair because I had to take out loans for my own college while paying for other people's kids. And even if you're renting, you're paying school taxes, the landlord's going to pass them on to you. But what else are the hidden costs of school? Well, it cost me $60,000 to get my grad degree in a field that I give back to the community now, since I don't do aviation anymore. Luckily, I had some money saved up, and my wife is supportive. But the real cost is much more. I had to take 2 years off of my job, which I was making about $60,000 a year. So that's $120,000 right off the bat, right there. It took 2 years to get my grad degree. And the reason I couldn't work too was because my grad degree required about 12 to 13 credits a semester, but some of it was also internship. I had to do 1,000 hours of interning total. Actually, 1,200 total of internship to get my degree. So if you think about 1,200 hours, even if I was only making $20 an hour, that's over $14,000 right there. So, I'm sorry, more than that. Obviously, math, physics were not my strengths, but so if I was making $10 an hour times 1,200 hours would be 12,000, so it'd be about $25,000. So $25,000 is a hidden cost. 2 years off work, over 100,000, so you're talking about 125,000 right there. Then living expenses, which my wife had and my savings were depleted on, and interest on these loans of 60,000. So you're up to about 180 in an interest, let's say $200,000. So we're talking about $200,000 to get a 2-year degree, and that's without living expenses, just tuition, time off work, and lost income. So it's very expensive. So I want you to consider this. And also want you to consider staying at home for your first couple of years, definitely, which I did when I was younger. Um, the interest on student loans, please take the minimum. I just took it out the minimum just for tuition to be covered. Also consider definitely go to state schools, your state schools. You save more rather than private. Unless you can get a scholarship and such, look up them. Maybe you can apply to some. And we need to also look out for people who are childless and stop screwing them. Childless gays are paying middle class parents' welfare in many forms. So those are the hidden costs of college. Hope this helped. And please consider alternate career paths. Supply and demand, it's all based upon, and we need more blue collar workers, electricians, plumbers, etc. Thank you. Hope this helps.